right, looks like we're going live. So welcome back to English Tutor class. I am your teacher, Teacher Vern. And in today's travel class, this is our last travel class for probably, I'm going to say about a week. I'm getting ready to travel myself as I am a traveler. And the crazy thing is, it's been about 2 years and 4 months since I've hopped on a plane. And I'm getting ready to make a big jump. Boop. And that is my goal. And the next thing is I'm getting ready to transform this teaching platform into a little bit more professional style. And I was hoping to have it ready by the time I started traveling, but I haven't figured out how to work my different types of presentations quite yet. So bear with me. I'm trying to do PowerPoint. I'm teaching myself how to use it, but I'm not able to edit yet and figure out how to edit everything in time. It's a little bit more complicated than I thought. And so it's like, I'm going to miss having classes, and the transition with the time zone being about 12, 13 hours. That's going to kind of make things a little bit crazy as well. So anyway, so let's get into our dialogues. This is part 1, and we're on our travel topic dialogue. So we're on travel gear. So let's get back into it. So letter A can say, have you finished packing yet? Have you finished packing yet? And B can answer and say, I'm not quite through. Oops. I'm not quite through. I still have more to add to my bags. And A can say, did you remember your travel adapter? Reminds me, I got to throw mine in the bag for the power supply. All right, so let's find our syllables, and then we'll bring this to life. Have you finished oops, missing our I there. Finished. Oh, finished. Finished. Okay, I'm trying to figure if there's another syllable break in here. Ished. Okay, how do you know if there's a syllable there? Good question. So your syllables all have one vowel sound. So fin, there's the in. So ished. Do you hear any other vowel sounds other than the I? Ished. The E is silent. So it's one vowel sound, but the N is doubled. Finished. This is your homework. Check me out. See if this is right. Finished. Yeah, I don't think they're going to separate the ED. That's finished. Could it be finished? No, it doesn't sound right? Because you don't say finished, you say finished. Have you finished packing yet? Have you finished packing yet? I'm not quite through. I still have more to add to my bags. Do you remember your travel adapter? Did you remember your travel adapter for the power supply? Okay, those are the syllables, and let's bring it to life. Have you finished packing yet? I'm not quite through. I still have more to add to my bags. Did you remember your travel adapter for the power supply? All right. So in these sentences, what do you have to stress? What do you have to stress? Is there anything you have to stress? Not really. If you didn't stress anything, it would sound kind of flat. But you have the ability to stress anything anytime that you'd like. That's the cool thing. English is flexible. Have you finished packing yet? Have you finished packing yet? Have you finished packing yet? I'm not quite through. I still have more to add to my bags. Did you remember your travel adapter for the power supply? All right, let's clear the board. And if you haven't already, do me a favor, would you? Boop the like button, like and subscribe, as it helps these classes to get found. And that would be really cool. So I'm really excited, you guys. I've got some really, really, really cool PowerPoint classes coming up for you guys. And I'm just, it's going to be so cool. But it's going to take time. I have to learn everything. And I want the classes to have a certain style of teaching. And I just can't figure out how to do the text to the PowerPoint yet. It's the most important thing, and I can't figure it out yet. So I thought I'd be ready before my trip and have this so I could just take a couple days off and stream, but it looks like I may take a week off from teaching. So yeah, I'm going to need all the time I can to get to the new place, to get set up, to get my job going, and then with my free time, work on this project. So yeah, bear with me. We'll get it up and going. It'll be a little bit of a break. All right, so we're on travel gears. So, okay, so A asks, have you found any travel gear that is a must-have for each trip? Okay, have you found any, wow, my brain's spacing out today, getting ready to leave and my brain is already gone. Have you found any travel gear that is a must-have for each trip? And B can answer and say, yes. I must take my bed pillow everywhere I go. And A can say, why is that? B can say, because I can't sleep right without it. I don't sleep well without it. Okay. Have you found any travel? We gotta make change this here. Travel gear that is a must-have for each trip? Yes, I must take my bed pillow everywhere I go. Why is that? Because I wow. Sorry guys, my brain is out. I've got a million things to do before I leave tomorrow and I'm like, because I don't sleep well without it. Let's make this nicer too. All right. And I've had a couple days off from my classes, so I'm a little bit out of sync. So bear with me. Besides, I haven't had my coffee. Ah, no wonder. Because I don't sleep well without it. All right. Hopefully, I found all the syllables this time. Have you found any, push into your syllables, any travel gear that is a must have for each trip? Each syllable you should be pushing into, keeping each one strong. Why? Because if you don't, your words lose their clarity. Your words lose the ability to be intonated clearly and correctly. And English is a language of expression and emotion. And without clear syllables, it's nearly impossible to have that into your words. So we find our syllables, we keep them strong, we push into them. Have you found any travel gear that is a must have for each trip? Yes, I must take my bed pillow everywhere I go. Now, some people say every, and that's okay. Some people say everywhere. I like everywhere because you can slow it down and it has more depth, but I've used both. Why is that? Because I don't sleep well without it. Now, this word here, without, is actually two words in one, with and out. And if you're going to say this word, let the word completely finish. That's how to have perfectly clear sounding words. Let each syllable sound, or in this case, each syllable sound word finish completely without. Because I don't sleep well without it. Without it. You can say this faster, but say it and finish the sound completely and then push into the next one. Without. Hear it? Without. All right, let's say it one more time and then we'll clear the board. Have you found any travel gear that is a must have for each trip? Yes, I must take my bed pillow everywhere I go. Why is that? Because I don't sleep well without it. Now, this is me. This is this guy. I have found that if I start changing pillows, my neck just doesn't get into the right position. And I wake up like, oh man, I have a terrible night. And then the next day, I'm shot because I'm all stiff and I'm having a hard time. But if I take my pillow, I throw it in my suitcase and I take it everywhere, I'm good to go. I sleep good. I've got no issues. So, really important. So, I got to make sure that I pack that pillow. That's an essential piece of travel gear. What do you have that you find is essential? Is there something that you take that you're like, oh, I am never going outside my house without this one item because it's absolutely a must have? And now that I'm thinking about it, I need to have my travel adapter, and I'm not even sure where it is right now. I think I have an idea where it could be. Come to think about it, that'll be the next thing we'll talk about. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's talk about that next. Okay. Do. All right. Clear the board. Start again here. I think I have time for another, well, one or two more. An A can say, I need to plug in my phone, but the power outlet box is different. Well, let's put that here because we're separating syllables. So I want to make sure it's over here, different. Okay, I need to plug in my phone, but the power outlet box is different. And your friend can say, I see. If you check my bag, I have an extra adapter. Okay, let's finish finding the syllables. I see. If you check my bag, I have an extra adapter. All right. So A says, I need to plug in my phone, but the power outlet box is different. I see. If you check my bag, I have an extra adapter. One more time, let's work through it. I need to plug in my phone, but the power outlet box is different. I see. If you check my bag, I have an extra adapter. So I have an adapter also. And what a power adapter is it takes your plug style. Maybe you have a plug that has two round parts and you plug it into this little adapter and then it changes it to maybe two blades that go into the outlet. So it's really handy. And if you're going from country to country, it's really a must have because you're not going to be able to plug in your stuff without it. So now that I think about it, I have to have one with me and I do not know where it is right off the top of my head. So yeah, I haven't had one for about 2 years and 4 months since I've been traveling. So yeah, so I'm going to hit the US and I'm going to work a job there for a little while. And I've got a guy that needs a car repaired, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. And at the same time, I will try to plan on where to go for traveling. I need to make travel videos for my travel channel, and I could be out maybe a month or more from that. So yeah, it just all depends on what lines up, if I can get some good prices for traveling and where I'll go. And maybe I'll see you somewhere. And if you see me somewhere, pull me aside. Hey, Teacher Vern, I've seen your classes. I appreciate you teaching us syllables and intonation. Really cool. And if you have any other ideas, that would be cool. So this class is a part 2 class. Be sure to check that out. I'm going to close this class in a few minutes. But the other thing that I was mentioning earlier is I'm getting ready to transition these classes into a PowerPoint style lesson. But I need to figure out how to work everything. I thought I could get the program, set it up, and then actually be ready for this week. So when I'm traveling, I won't have a whiteboard. And that's the other thing. I want a more professional presentation for you guys. I want you to be able to read the letters and have more options. And I just needed more time. And it's crazy. Traveling is forcing me to change my style, but yet I have to take a break. I have to take just a little time off. So I'm imagining maybe a week off before I actually start streaming again. But hopefully I'll have the basics up. If I can get something figured out before that, I'll start streaming. Now, my time frame for the streams is going to be totally different. So you'll just have to kind of check for the update to see what I decide. I may do some quick streaming just to get a feel for how the internet is, how the new platform is. So bear with me. We've got some bugs to work out, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it set up. All right. Well, I'm going to close this class and I'll see you in 10 minutes. We'll finish with part 2. As I like to say, be there or be square. Gotta go. See you in a few.